Miraculous Ladybug!
Welcome back to another video, Miraculous fans! We recently received a new trailer for Season 6, and I couldn't be more excited. After watching the trailer, all of my reservations and fears have nearly disappeared, and with a clear slate, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for Ladybug, Cat Noir, and their full team of heroes. The trailer showed Ladybug leading her team against numerous opponents and the new wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous. The animation is gorgeous, the scenes are action-packed, and it feels like we're starting right where we left off in the last season's finale. Now that we're returning to a new era of Miraculous Ladybug, where the heroes embrace their talent and learn to work together, I expect to see new powers and abilities popping up left and right as everyone reaches their full potential. Ladybug isn't excluded from this, and I suspect she'll have the most abilities by the time the series ends. As the guardian of the Miracle Box who has more time on her hands, Season 6 could be when Marinette discovers she has more abilities than her Miraculous initially let on. In today's video, I'll discuss new powers dedicated solely to Ladybug and how they'll benefit all of Paris.
You're wrong. Reverse morphosis.
Number 1. Lucky Charms for the team. One of Ladybug's most notable abilities is creating Lucky Charms. As she has the Miraculous of creation, Lucky Charms are the basic ability she's had since day one. Her power allows her to create any object that will help her save the day or stop an akumatized villain. The only problem is that these objects are often strange or peculiar and require a convoluted plan to make work. It can be difficult for anyone to use the Ladybug Miraculous, as seen when Adrien occasionally becomes Mr. Bug. Marinette is already a creative individual and a fashion designer in her free time. She creates complicated plans in her personal life, whether for romantic reasons or to spare a friend's feelings. Another drawback of the Lucky Charms was that until recently, Ladybug could only call on one per transformation. That meant she had one chance to find a solution before she needed to de-transform and feed Tiki. To prevent this from being a continued issue, Ladybug could learn to create numerous Lucky Charms for her teammates to use throughout a fight. If everyone on her team had a charm, her plans could become more complex and difficult to thwart, ensuring the heroes always have an edge and a means to victory.
Lucky Charm!
Number 2. Enhanced Purification. Aside from her Lucky Charm, Ladybug's secondary ability, and arguably the most important, is the purification of Akumas and Amoks. The series never goes into intensive detail about why she can do this. In my opinion, a different Miraculous should have received this power, but that's not canon, so we have to work with what we've got. The purification of Akumas prevented Gabriel from reusing an Akuma to create villains back-to-back. It also frees the butterfly from negative energy, giving it a second chance at life. There are occasions when numerous villains come together to form a massive army. These events are often dire and require numerous heroes to prevent further destruction in Paris. With someone new wielding the Butterfly Miraculous, events like these may become more prevalent. If that's the case, Ladybug must develop the ability to purify numerous Akumas simultaneously. Her scope could be larger, allowing her to purify across a wide area. Or her yo-yo could hold more than one Akuma, meaning she could stop numerous villains at once.
Time to de-equalize! Gotcha!
Number 3. Miracle Vision. One of the biggest obstacles our heroes face when squaring off against villains is finding where their Akuma is hiding. Akumas are creatures of transmission, so they infest objects of importance and essentially influence the mind of the object's wearer. In the past, Gabriel used the Akumas to give people powers and encourage them to wreak havoc in Paris, to ease what troubled their hearts. To stop these villains, Ladybug and Cat Noir must destroy the test objects and purify the Akumas. If they don't know the villain personally, or understand why they became akumatized in the first place, it can take numerous tries to find the Akuma, resulting in unnecessary destruction and chaos. A natural evolution for Ladybug would be the ability to help combat this continuous issue. She could receive a power like Miracle Vision that allows her to locate or find Akumas. She could sense and locate a person's negative energy, removing a major obstacle in her work. However, there are times when akumatized villains hide their Akumas elsewhere, and in those instances, Ladybug would need to scour Paris to find them.
I knew it! It had to be intact, otherwise the Senti monster would have disappeared.
Be careful what you wish for.
Number 4. Healing Touch. Since the Ladybug Miraculous has the ability to purify objects imbued with negative energy, I'm willing to bet Ladybug can dispel negative energy from people and heal their injuries. Out of everything on the list, a Healing Touch may seem the most out there for a potential ability, but it could be a natural combination of two abilities she already has. As we've covered, Ladybug can purify Akumas, but she can also mend the damage caused by akumatized villains with her magical butterflies. All of Paris could be on fire and the Eiffel Tower could be ripped from the ground, but no one would know the damage the city experiences daily because Ladybug almost always reverses the evidence. A notable time she wasn't there to do so was in Miraculous World, New York, when global news coverage was about a villain attacking the city. Since then, Marinette has made sure to leave her Miraculous with someone else when she plans to leave the city for an extended period. Since she can purify emotional pain and mend broken objects, it seems reasonable that she would be able to heal injuries. In fact, I think she's done so before. In the episode Miraculous, Noir is wounded by a cataclysm. The injury affects him through the entire episode, and he struggles to keep up with his enemy. He experiences visible pain, which vanishes when Ladybug uses her magical ladybugs.
I should have stopped him from leaving.
He made his choice. What were we supposed to do?
Number 5. Emotional sense. In her personal life, Ladybug makes it a habit to know everything about her friends, their personalities, and what could be troubling them. She's very caring and often inserts herself into situations to try and help someone else. She hates to see anyone upset, and if she's ever the cause of their negative emotions, she quickly apologizes and does her best to make amends. These traits should extend into her hero career, adapting her to sense mood changes and negative emotions. If the series revealed in the next season that Akumas and villains release a certain aura, I wouldn't bat an eye. They're all charged with the negative energy that is transferred between them. I think there should be a residual energy lingering around them at all times. And after fighting dozens of akumatized villains, it would make sense if Ladybug learned to attune herself to these energies. If she does so, she could notice when someone's energy changes and note who is likely to become akumatized that day.
The ball of the dog, Felix. He has the yo-yo, and that means he has the Miraculous.
Number 6. Control over Lucky Charms. Returning to the concept of enhanced Lucky Charms, Ladybug should learn how to control them in the near future. As it stands, she may need a hammer but summon a rubber duck, which makes defeating her enemies more complicated than necessary. From what we learned about the Miraculouses, it seems adults have better control over their powers. If this is true, an adult Ladybug should be able to choose her Lucky Charms at will, allowing her to summon any object out of thin air. Marinette has already grown up as far as the canon is concerned, as she learned how to reuse her abilities without needing to de-transform in between. The next step should be learning how to control which object she receives. The series has already provided proof that this level of control is possible. In Miraculous World Paris, Shadybug was shown creating multiple Lucky Charms with a clear and direct purpose. Most of them were weapons she used to take down her enemies. Ladybug also creates magical charms which help deflect Akumas and protect the innocent from their control. It seems to me like Marinette may already be halfway there, and that Ladybug will receive this power-up in the near future.
What are you gonna do with that?
I may have an idea, but you wouldn't like it.
One of my favorite premises from Miraculous Ladybug is that wielders can connect with their predecessors after achieving a certain bond with their kwamis. It's a new power introduced in the 5th season, and I hope it continues to be used moving forward because Ladybug learning about other abilities from those who came before her would be a really interesting premise. I'm certain she could discover some of these abilities independently, but introducing a mentor-mentee situation could enhance the narrative and pivot it in an interesting direction. These same tips and tricks could extend to the other wielders with time, especially Cat Noir and Bunnix, who already have the means to connect with previous Miraculous wielders. I digress. No matter how the series introduces Ladybug's new powers, I'm sure they'll succeed, as she's destined to become the greatest hero of her generation.
Thought I'd ever say this, but let go of the Butterfly Man!
Another polka-dotted bug?
The name's Ladybug.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
You're not Ladybug?
No, she's not me. She's manipulating you. You know I'm already in love with someone else.